Yep, I see that thing moving down the track. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
This is Iris.
And I'm Kristin.
And we're here from the Cashmere Goat for our second ever podcast episode.
Or vlog, as we've also heard it can be called.
Yep. But all the knitters say podcasts, so I don't know if it's a knitter person, vlogger, podcaster thing.
Anyways, we're here.
We're here, and we have a few things to talk about. First of all, we're super glad that you all seem to watch. You commented, you liked. We got some new followers. It was great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was fun reading all your comments and knowing that you were actually watching. We got a lot of watches. We had fun doing it too, so here we are again.
We also heard some feedback, particularly about people really wanted to get a little more close up with some of the stuff we were showing, so we're gonna try something a little different with that today. But we're gonna remember to talk about what we are wearing knitwear wise.
Yes.
So Kristin, tell us.
Well, everybody asked about this sweater, but I bought it, so it is not a hand knit sweater, but that's okay. And everyone expects everything I wear to be hand knit, but that's not my reality. I love sweaters and knitwear, and I buy it and I also make it. So no shame. And this is the Hipster Light from Joji Locatelli, One Skein Wonder, which you gotta love that. It's looking... You can tell I've had it wrapped around my neck. This is a very fun shawl to make, and it is one skein of On the Round, and I think this was Barred Owl, but she doesn't make this color anymore, but she always has great colors. There's always something good to choose. So that's all my knitwear for today.
So I have my other shift on today, and this is the second one I made. It's a little bit bigger. And it is 3 balls of Kathmandu fingering, and then a little bit, the white was Patagonia by Juniper Moon, and they say it's sport, but anyway, it all works.
They started out saying it was DK, now it's sport, and we've found you can use it for both. So it's that totally unclear yarn thing. Yarn is not exact.
It's not an exact science. I'm also wearing my NoCoShoCo, which is from the book Knitstrips. It's that's by Alice Ormsby Beltran, and I think the other author's last name might be Marr. And it's knit side to side. It's kind of a little cropped number, and it's super cozy for a damp day like today. And I used a bunch of stash yarn, Malabrigo. All different, like I used Mecha, I used worsted, I used washted. It was all a happy pink, purpley thing. Yeah,
it's a party in a sweater.
Party in a sweater. So Kristin, tell us what is coming in April.
What's coming in April? Oh, local yarn store day. Local yarn store day is at the end of the month. I want to say it's the 30th. It's the last Saturday in the month, and we are having, we'll be having a few giveaways here, as we typically do, and it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of people show up. We usually have sometimes we do a knitting group, and we'll have prizes, and we'll have little giveaways for everybody, and yeah, that's local yarn store day. We're also doing some classes. We're doing workshop classes. We had our first How to Knit class last Saturday, and so it's a workshop format, so it's a one-day thing. We have a few more of those coming. We have one more this month, and we actually have one scheduled for May, and a follow-up class called Knit a Hat. So I don't think I told you about that.
Great.
It's on the schedule.
And Miranda's leading those.
Yeah, Miranda's leading those, and she's doing great. We got wonderful feedback from the 4 people that joined the class last Saturday, and they all walked away with a little knitting.
And so the next one's April 15th, I think?
Yes. So it's a week and a half away or so. April 15th, and that's a Saturday, and it starts at 10 in the morning. And there's a couple hours in the lunch break, and then a couple more hours. So that is, I think, is there anything else happening in April? Am I forgetting something?
Well, you're forgetting the knit along.
Oh. sorry about that.
Yeah, we're doing a knit along. If you haven't heard, I know.
It's just so part of my like fabric of everyday life. It doesn't so much feel like an event, I guess.
So we're kicking it off next week, officially. And so the Zoom kickoff is the 12th on Wednesday, and then the in-store kickoff is the Saturday the 16th. So it's the Anchor's Summer Shirt by Petite Knit, and we talked about that in the last episode. And we've been selling yarn like crazy.
Yeah. And it's when we do a knit along, we've found that we all get a little obsessed and picking out yarn and helping other people pick out yarn. And I have been swatching. So moving on to what we're doing.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Part of that conversation is I've been the swatch queen lately. So I haven't been finishing a lot because I've been swatching a lot. But I have this new yarn, and we'll show you a close-up. But this is the Sonata Shima. And frankly, I wasn't sure I was even going to get this yarn. I really didn't think it looked very nice in the hank. And then I rolled it into a ball and I thought, oh, well, that looks much prettier. And then I started knitting with it and fell in love with it. So I'm really happy we have it. So it's just, yarn is so funny and color is so funny, and it can be very hard to see what yarn is going to do in a hank. So that's one thing I'm working on. And the other thing is my shift. I am finally on section 5.
Woohoo!
And I probably would have finished if I hadn't done like 6 swatches, including this giant one. So that's what I'm working on.
I'm looking at how pretty this green with little yellow flecks looks in this section against that.
Everyone says this looks like spring. Yes. So I need to finish it so I can wear it. So anyways, back to the knit along, or what you're knitting on.
Well, I'll talk about what I'm knitting. I am starting on my Anchor's Summer Shirt. Again, we often try to get a little bit ahead of where folks are so we can know what kind of tutorials and advice we should share with you. So I'm using gorgeous Linella, which we'll give you a close-up for. It's a cotton linen, viscose, poly. And I'm loving how this rainbow yoke is coming. And you can see, and we'll get really close to this, it's very loose right now, but we'll talk more about that in the show and tell part.
We will.
So okay, so the knit along, selling lots of yarn. We're sending tons of packages out. You do get a discount on your yarn if you join the knit along. So it's a 15% special code that you get when you sign up. Yep. And it's just really fun to package up the yarn and see what people are choosing.
It is.
And one of the, I would say the most popular ones is the Sonata, which is the solid color of the Shima. And that has just been going out the door like crazy.
It has. And we'll be getting another shipment of that after the 15th. We still have plenty to choose from. But if you're looking for a color that we don't have, we will be getting more.
For your second shirt, perhaps.
And one other thing that I wanted to mention is there is still one seat left on the Riggin cruise, and I'm surprised there is, but there is one seat left. It's sold really fast, and then there was a wait list, and people drop out, and I think it's a shared cabin space, and so that makes it a little trickier. But we're all gonna be friends on this boat. I'm really excited about going, and it's
4 full days.
Yeah, and your phone doesn't really work that well out there, and just the nature of being on a boat in the ocean just makes you I don't know, it does something to you.
It slows you right down.
It really does slow you down, and it just it makes your world smaller, but also opens it up. It's weird, but it's a good thing.
End of June.
End of June. End of June. And I will be going. It's with Sawmill Fiber Creek Events, and I know a few people going, and then there's a bunch of people I don't know. So I'm excited. I hope one of you joins us.
We'll drop a link in the bottom to sign up for that.
There'll be lots of links in the bottom of this video.
All right, did we hit all of our items in this
I think
portion?
we did, and we're gonna move over and show you some yarn up close. So that will be a little more in-depth discussion about yarn, and a lot of it relates to, or possibly can relate to, the Anchor Summer shirt, but any summer top. Most of it is DK that we've picked out and want to show you. So I think that's it for now.
Okay,
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and we're going to transition to the other part.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, it's Kristin again, and I wanted to share some more details about some yarns with you. And so, without further ado, I'm going to first start out with showing you this Sonata Shima that I was talking about. So this is what it looks like in the hank, and it looks like a variegated yarn. It looks like it would knit up to be a hot mess. Sorry, Noro, but that's what I would never have purchased that looking at that. And then I wound it up, and you can see it looks beautiful wound up. It looks different on both sides. And then I started knitting with it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous.
It really is. And I like that you made your swatch a little extra wide, too.
Well, this
really
swatch
see
is
it.
a little extra, and I knew that if I just did a small swatch, these would be giant chunks. So I wanted to get a real feel of how this would look in a garment. So I did make it 60 stitches across. And I love it. I might take it out actually and start making something else out of it because I like it so much.
Nice.
And I never thought that. So we're trying to now picture what this one is going to look like. Much more pretty than, it's still pretty. And then this one, and we have a few other shades. So it's also very soft and easy, has a nice hand for knitting. And Tracy, who does not love knitting cotton or summer yarns, did do a swatch in it, and she said, you were right, I didn't mind knitting with it at all. This is a very pleasant yarn to knit with. It's super soft. So if you're looking for soft, this one is a great start. And then going right along with that is this is the solid, quote unquote, Shima. Same yarn, different dyeing. This is Iris's interesting swatch.
My crazy swatch, you mean?
It's her crazy swatch. It needs a haircut.
But I'm loving, with the video, I think you can really start to see that, like, subtle tonal.
You can. And they all have that. It's beautiful, and once again, it's lovely to work with. It feels so nice, and it knits up just fine and lovely. So the other one, okay, we'll just keep going. So this is Vivo, and we have a lot of colors of Vivo. Vivo knits up in a striping yarn. There's lots of choices. I did a smaller swatch with this, so you can see some of the striping on the edge, but you don't get a lot. But you can see how it knits up, and it creates a lovely soft fabric. It's a little slubby. Here is a finished sweater made out of that yarn, and this colorway, which is 3157, and it's on the cover of the book. I do still have some of these books in stock, and I just was gonna. So this is more what it looks like, just stockinette, but of course they've put two colors together, so it's still hard to see. But it's a beautiful yarn. It's slubby. It's pretty. It's machine washable.
Very summery.
Which we love.
Looks very beachy.
So there's some really beachy ones, but then, like, for me, this nice subtle green with a little tiny bit of color is nice. This one is nice. If you want a little more rainbow going on, there's that. So there's some subtle ones and some brights. Then we have Meraki. Meraki is cotton, hemp, and a touch of polyester. There are more colors than this, but we do have we do have lots of this, and this is also, it's a little tweedy and it's slubby, so you can see there's a lot of interest in what the finished fabric looks like with this sweater. And it is also machine wash, and it is soft also. So, and then moving on to Pride.
All right,
Pride is hiding right over here. I'll come over here. We've got it attached. So Pride is this yarn, and I have been wanting to make a sweater out of this for a long time, and I could never find the perfect pattern. I tried to crochet with it, and as a new crocheter, that was very hard for me, and so I kind of gave up on it. So when we decided to do this sweater, I thought, oh, that's great. I will make it out of this. And when I first knit it up, it looked more like this, open, and I was like, I don't want a beach cover up. And I thought, I gave up on it, but then I washed it. I actually washed it in the machine and in cold water and blocked it, and it filled in. So I was really surprised at how it behaved, and it became so much softer. So that is the Pride. Make a lovely drapey, has a slight sheen to it. This makes a really nice summer shirt, and it will be very breathable and comfortable and easy to take care of. And so that is the same fabric. It is the same base as the Lanello. And you can see Iris has done a swatch in the Lanello. This is what she is making her anchor out of. And that is here. And you can see how different it looks. I mean, this is ribbing, so it looks different anyways. But this yarn changes when you wash it. We have lots of colors of this. And it feels a little more string-like when you are knitting with it. But you get used to it quickly, and then it's fine.
Also, Kristin, the thing that didn't change for me and for you was, crazily, our gauge was the same.
That's right.
Before and after washing, and I don't know how that magic happens, but it happens to both of us.
The yarn fluffed up and filled in the spaces, and the gauge stayed the same. The stitch size stayed the same.
Felt like magic.
Yeah. So if you take a close look at this, though, you could see my hand so well behind it, and now you can't.
So cool.
So, and then the one last one I'm going to talk about, and I don't think I have a sample with me. This is Meraki. No, sorry. This is Kakagori from Noro. And this is a brand new color, and we're waiting for more of this, but we do have several colors. And I don't think it would take, I think it would take 2 of these balls max.
Or 1.5,
yeah.
depending on your size.
And this is a really fun yarn. Miranda is going to be making hers out of this, so stay tuned for more info on that. This is cotton, half cotton, 30% silk, 10 viscose, and 10 poly. So
Also, fun fact, these big round Noro balls are not called balls. They're called dragon eggs.
yes, so if you're really cool, you buy dragon egg yarn. So
All right, well, look at all of these gorgeous springy summer yarns.
So that is a lot of information to take in. If you have any questions, just write down below and we'll answer. You can always call us, and thanks for watching.
And like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, and follow along.
Yay.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.